7. Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap, where the Hawks lose Game 7, 3-2 to the Blues. But no reason to be depressed though, because we had a great game on our hands. It's Game 7 after all. The one thing you were hoping for at the beginning of this game was for the Blues to come out firing and the crowd to be really into it. You have to expect them to do that. You just have to. For a team that was just embarrassed the last two periods of Game 6, coming home for Game 7, you have to hope for them to have some sort of fire lit under them. As much as I'm a Hawks fan and want to see the Hawks win, this is a Game 7 in the playoffs. Blowouts, as much as they're nice for relieving stress, this is supposed to be two evenly matched teams going at it and kicking butt and showing the world that hockey is freaking awesome. And they did it. The Blues came back. Oh my God, the crowd was so pumped. You could just feel the energy. It was awesome. And they scored a minute into the game. If the crowd wasn't already pumped up, they are now. If you take a step back, you might think they might have scored too early. So as a Hawks fan, you're thinking, all right, the Blues have really put it on here. The Hawks haven't quite woken up yet. We need to just weather this storm. There's a lot of hockey left to be played. A little bit later on, the Blues score again, make it 2-0. The crowd is even more pumped. We got a crap ton of guys on this team that have Stanley Cup rings and experience. We just need to trust them. They will get going. We just need to weather the storm. So the Blues have a 2-goal lead, but remember, it's the worst lead in hockey. And with a couple minutes left in the period, Hossa strikes. Oh, what a lovely strike from Marian Hossa. Puts it between the defender's legs and beats the keeper. People are gonna be remembering this one for years to come. Alright, maybe not years, but you get the gist of it. What a goal. What can't Hossa do? Oh my gosh. And all those fans that were all high and mighty, all those fans that were pumped up for the Blues in the stadium that was rocking, now there's just a little seed of doubt. Just a little seed. So instead of taking a 2-goal lead into the break, the Blues are only up by a single goal. And you gotta think the Hawks are gonna come out firing. And the Hawks came out in that second period. Chance after chance after chance. They've got stretch passes working. They're quickly moving the puck. The Blues are not able to establish their forecheck. They get a good chance. Kruger gets hauled down by a hook. And the Hawks go on a power play. And Shaw finds a way to bank it in. We've got a tie ball game. Hawks are pushing. Oh my gosh, so many great chances. Elliott comes up big with some huge saves. Gives up some juicy rebounds, but huge saves nonetheless. But you gotta know, the Blues are not gonna do exactly what they did in Game 6. They're not gonna go away for 2 full periods. So in the second half of the second period, they start kind of getting to their feet again. And they start getting their own rushes. And they have some fantastic chances, but Crawford comes up huge. When all is said and done, the second period ends with a 2-2 game. We are tied going into the third period. What else do you want from a Game 7? Third period starts and both teams are going at it. There's some really good defensive play, limiting some chances. Both goalies actually make some really good saves as well. A little bit over halfway through the third period, Gustafsson makes a bad turnover. And what do you know? A former Blackhawk nets the goal for the Blues. Blues have some nifty tic-tac-toe play, and Troy Brouwer somehow finds a way to get the puck into the back end net. He actually almost screws it entirely up, which would have been hilarious because I hate Brouwer. And the Blues have the lead with 8 minutes left to go. With 8 minutes left, the Blues might usually go into the turtle mode. They didn't quite do it in this game. They didn't really full attack, but they played smart and they got the puck in deep, didn't make any turnovers, and made it really hard for the Hawks to really come back and even the score up. The Hawks do get a chance, and a glorious one at that. Panic redirects a shot, and it goes off the post not once, but 2 times. The double post strikes again. The second time in this series, the double post goes the wrong way for the Blackhawks. You want to talk about signs that it's not gonna happen? That's the sign. Like, whenever does that happen? Just that close from tying it up. Hawks pull Crawford with a little over 1:30 left. They get an extra skater on, but the Blues do a really good job of not giving them any chances, blocking some shots as well. And the Hawks fail to score, and the Blues win Game 7 and win this series. They survive, and they go on to play the Dallas Stars, otherwise known as Blackhawks South. Unfortunately, you can't win the cup every year. It's sad that that's the reality, but it is. And the Hawks exit in the first round for the first time since 2012. So now the Hawks go into the offseason with a lot of questions. They still got their awesome core, obviously, but you got to think that Shaw's probably played his last game as a Hawk. Ladd's obviously gone. Panarin's getting some bonuses, and we got to re-sign him and Teuvo Teravainen sometime after next year. Do we keep Panic? I don't know. Desi's still here for another year. There's a lot of questions, but in the end, you just kind of have to trust Stan Bowman. I mean, he's gotten this team 3 cups in 6 years. You just gotta trust him. So unfortunately, it's a sad day for the Hawks. They could not get it done in Game 7. The season's over. However, there's a lot to look forward to, and I'm pretty excited about that. Thanks for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed the entire series of videos. I did these throughout the playoffs as kind of a test run. So please leave your feedback in the comments and let me know what you thought of them. Click like if you really liked it. Click subscribe if you really, really liked it. Feel free to share it with all your friends. Yeah, let me know what you thought, and if people enjoyed it, I hope to bring these back for next season. See you then.